And now we have Fernando de Cunha as the HMC and Eamon McCune as the Realtor.
Good morning, Eamon. How are you?
Hey,
Thanks for meeting me. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
No problem.
I know I've been a little persistent as far as contacting you and setting up an appointment, but you're a busy man.
Extremely
so
persistent.
obviously, I feel extremely privileged that you took time out to meet me today. Essentially, the reason why I'm bringing you here is to go over a few key aspects of our business partnership. I know you work with a bunch of people, and I actually did some research through your website and in the industry. Mm-hmm. First, I want to congratulate you. I know you're within the top 500 realtors within the nation in 2010, which is great. That's a huge feat to achieve, so congratulations on that. I actually brought my personal brag book as well, which has some statistics of Wells Fargo home mortgage in 2010. We did capture 25% market share in 2010, so we had some great achievements as well. And it has some testimonials from my personal clients in 2010. First thing I want to do is, the real reason for the meeting is I want to help you satisfy more of your clients, which in turn will help you sell more homes and make more money in 2011 and for the years to come. How does that sound to you?
I'm interested.
Everyone wants extra money,
Right,
correct?
exactly.
Okay. Why don't we start off, currently, I know you have a lot of listings and you're mainly a listing agent, but who are you using if you do refer to a lender, whether you recommend a lender to one of your selling agents or buying agent or even a client who's looking for a pre-approval, who do you recommend?
There's a few people I work with, or as you know, I've been in the business for a while. So.
Do you mind if I take some notes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. There's a few people that I know. You know, depending on the type of deal, possibly I'll refer to as a particular, loan officer.
Okay.
Chase, Bank of America.
Bank of America.
You know,
So that
basically,
the larger corporations.
Yeah, exactly. There's an in-house guy too that
In your office.
captures some of the business.
Okay.
But
And on a scale to, let's say, 1 to 5, what would you rate the person that's in your office specifically? Do you use them a lot, or?
no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't-
What would you
even-
rate him?
I don't even talk
Okay.
to him.
Don't even talk to him? Okay. That's unique. Okay, so where exactly, you said you work with Chase and Bank of America.
Mm-hmm.
Wells Fargo is not in there. Is there a reason for that? Is there a reason why you don't work with us as of right now, or you don't have a specific loan officer that you deal with? at
Well,
Wells
I
Fargo
mean,
Home Mortgage?
I don't, if I see a Wells Fargo pre-approval come in on one of my listings,
It's a reputable name.
I don't turn it away.
Okay.
Obviously. I may make a phone call to the loan officer or something
Of
like
course.
that, just to kind of check on it, but I don't refer anybody right now from Wells Fargo. Honestly, I had a bad experience,
Okay.
last year on a deal.
Do you mind if I ask you what exactly entailed in the deal?
Yeah, we were probably just a couple days away from what I thought was closing on the deal.
Okay, so
And,
crunch time.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it seemed that all of a sudden, the deal went from everything was looking great to completely fell apart.
Does that happen a lot with some of the loan officers that you,
Well,
besides the
no,
Wells
I mean,
Fargo?
obviously, to have that happen at, right at the end of this,
Yeah.
was pretty disheartening.
Of course.
Obviously.
I mean, obviously, that's gonna stick out in your mind more than the positive,
Oh, yeah, very,
you know,
yeah.
the
very much
positive,
so.
meetings that you have. But what I believe, I mean, what I'm gathering from what you just telling me that brief, story about this is, it looks like the loan officer didn't set proper expectations for the client. Okay. Now, was there outstanding stipulations in the loan that weren't satisfied
Well,
before going to the closing table? or-
It kind of seemed that everything's moving along, last minute, something came up that I thought maybe, should have been handled early on, or should have been known a little bit. I don't know if it was the loan officer, if it was the underwriting department, or whatever
So
it
it
was.
was just within Wells Fargo?
Something happened, that condition just couldn't seem to get satisfied,
Okay.
and it just blew up everything.
Okay. Like I said, I mean, I'm taking note of this right now, last minute conditions, and I will provide a solution to you shortly. Is there anything else outstanding besides, the lender aspect with Wells Fargo that you're currently seeing on your end as far as any of your listings, or do you have any listings that maybe have just been sitting stagnant recently, or anything along those lines?
I do a lot of listings. I don't really work with a lot of buyers. probably have 15 to 20 listings right now. 5 of them I've had for a while. I may actually be at risk of losing them soon if I don't make some moves on them, so.
So listings that are sitting for a while.
Yeah, for one reason or another, not necessarily, condition, maybe not even the price,
Understandable. All right, so these are two major impacts on a listing agent, that I've seen with other business partners I work with, okay? I just want to kind of recap and provide a solution for the first thing that you mentioned, which was the last minute conditions not being satisfied by us, okay? I think what I've noticed, not only in myself when I first started in this industry and other loan officers that I meet in the industry, they're kind of uneasy as far as setting proper expectations when you first meet a client. What I mean by that is let's say you meet a client that you want to get pre-approved, you recommend myself as a loan officer and a lender, okay? The first thing I do is build a certain type of rapport with the client, okay? It's not necessarily, what a lot of people don't understand is that loan officers aren't transaction-based, okay? We're relationship-based. What that means is that we actually build a relationship with our client. We're not just there for that specific time frame of 60 days or 90 days to close them. We're there with the client for years to come, okay? Just like yourself, most of my business is from past clients that actually refer back to me. So I think setting proper expectations is where the specific loan officer you worked with in the past kind of lacked, okay? There was a lacking in that. As I mentioned, the creating rapport is a big thing, and the informing of the clients, the informing clients of the process. But the biggest thing is that once you set up a deal in the beginning stages, let's say within, you gauge commitment from a client, okay? And that has to be done just the way you do with some of the buyers that come into your listings. If they don't want to provide documentation and stuff like that, I would communicate that to you, because you are one of my business partners. So if I'm having problems in the preliminary stages, before I just take a deal and submit it to underwriting and it's incomplete, and I have you waiting and every other party within the deal, I like to communicate that to you. And you didn't mention this, but a lot of people really harp on communication through business partnership. Okay. Everyone says, well, you know what, I need communication, I need this and I need that, and you haven't mentioned that. But what I like to kind of reinforce with this relationship is that I do like to communicate those things, because it's very important for you to know where we stand. Okay. If you have a listing and you promise your wife that you were going on vacation or something like that, and all of a sudden you don't sell that listing, or now you're almost at the closing table and you lose that deal, it affects your pocket. Okay. So I want to nip it in the bud early. Okay. How does that sound to you as far as the last minute stipulations? Did I kind of cover that area?
Well, yeah, I think so. What happens when a last minute condition does pop up?
Well, when a last minute condition pops up, we obviously, I have to concentrate on it. I have to concentrate whether it's a piece of paper or, some type of paperwork, or something has to be, fulfilled. I have to make sure that I concentrate on that, and I have to keep everyone informed, including the borrower, where we stand. I can't just have an underwriter contact me and say, if it's a co-op or something, oh, we need updated financials from the co-op, they're expiring in a day or so, and then I just kind of sit on it until the day of. That can't really happen. So it's attention to detail. That's what it boils down to, attention to detail. So, and that's something that I take pride in.
I understand that things happen. I get it. I've been doing it for a long time. But it sounds like if you handle it
in the beginning, that's it.
Yeah.
It's really getting things done in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. When you do a pre-approval or you do a real deal, if you don't take care of things in the beginning and you have a conscious, mind frame of this is what has to get done, and you don't plan it out, it's really planning. That's with anything in life. I'm sure you know that. You've been in the industry, so. So feeling okay about that?
I'm okay.
Okay. To move on to your second point, which was listings. Okay.
Yeah.
First, let me ask you, what type of marketing do you do for the listings?
I do a lot of internet stuff, so I'll have my emailers. I'll do a home of the week type of thing if I'm bringing on a new listing. A lot of advertising, internet. As I said, I'll do
double the internet, right?
Double. Do mailings.
Okay.
To in the neighborhood.
Okay. What I like to do immediately, like you mentioned that you had 5 listings that have been sitting on the
Yeah.
Okay. Most basic level of what I do whenever not even for any open house or any listing that I have, I like to do joint marketing material. Okay. So what does that mean for you? It's not just me going out and saying Fernando's the best loan officer. Okay. It's us as a team. Okay. I incorporate the team, with any business partner I work with. So it's not just me saying, okay, thank you for your business. Now I'm just going to market for myself. You see what I mean? So that's number one. I do marketing mailers as well. Okay. I attend any open houses. If you request me to attend an open house, I like to come. I like to bring some type of refreshment, kind of loosen up the the buyers, and basically just inform them. That's when I actually start informing them about the process. Okay. A lot of lenders are not attending open houses, and it's key. It's very, very beneficial to do so, because now you're not just a guy in a suit who's sitting in an office trying to write a loan. You're actually out there. You're showing them that you're a consumer as well, and you're informing them, okay, of what the process is, what goes into purchasing a house. A lot of borrowers actually believe it's like buying a car, okay? They think there's no documentation. You go in, tell the person what you make a year, and that's it. You have the keys. You know, and I know that's not how it works.
Yep.
Borrowers don't, okay, and buyers don't. So that's the base level. Another thing I like to actually present is, I'm sure you know about it, seller's concession for the listings that you have. I like to actually mention, if you put me in contact with the seller, or if I could even explain it to you, there's obviously things that we could do to get those listings off the market, like providing a seller's concession to any buyer, potential buyer, okay? Allowing them to pay for part of the closing costs. So if a buyer doesn't have that much money out of pocket, to cover closing costs, prepaids, and down payment, we could actually provide a seller's concession. We also provide something called a seller temporary or permanent buy down of the rate, okay? Really makes the property, have you ever heard of this before?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay. Extremely attractive to buyers, okay? So basically you could buy down the rate for a set time. We have a bunch of different options, which I'll cover with you in our follow-up meeting, that allows them to buy down the rate for a few years to a year, and it just makes it more attractive. So when the person does get financing, the buyer actually does get financing, they have that fixed rate for a certain period of time.
Would you come and actually present that to
Absolutely.
the seller with me? You have
Absolutely.
material on it?
Absolutely. And I'll actually provide the material to you once we disperse in this meeting. I'll provide it to you so you could review everything, as well as some other material I have on different topics as well, just to kind of inform you. As I mentioned earlier, we do own 25% market share. Wells Fargo didn't get there by not having attractive products. We do everything. We do renovation, we do everything, and that really, especially now when a lot of our competitors are dropping out of the market in certain aspects, like reverse mortgage. I don't know if you mentioned Bank of America. Bank of America is no longer doing reverse, stuff like that. So there are entities in our portfolio that are really, really attractive to any potential buyers, okay? Does that kind of cover everything that you mentioned? Those were the two major stipulations that you mentioned right now. Is that okay? Did I answer all your questions?
Yeah, no, I mean, I like the ideas of, attending the open houses and providing, refreshments. As far as marketing goes, I mean, would you pick up the cost for that, or?
Absolutely, absolutely. Marketing material, I mean, obviously, reciprocating is something that comes with a partnership.
Right.
Okay, so what do I mean by that? I'll handle the marketing costs, okay? I'll do any marketing mailers and stuff like that. We might get together and you help me, let's say, package the mailer if you want. If not, I can do it on my own. The only thing is that if I'm giving business to you, which I most definitely will, I expect the same. This is a two-way street, okay? And that's the biggest thing. I mean, I understand you're a heavy hitter in the real estate industry. You've been doing this a long time, but you really want key people in your life. You want key people in your business environment, okay? And I feel like I could be one of those players. I did bring a pre-approval with me today, okay? They're kind of on the fence where they want to live, but I know you cover Lower Westchester, so I figured I would at least show you this person and kind of go over some of the key aspects of where they stand. I mean, I know you do the listings, but maybe you could refer to.
I have showing agents that.
Yeah, exactly.
On my team that. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, of course. Now, of course, I want your business as well. I don't know if you brought anything with you. If you didn't, that's fine. What I would like to do is set up a follow-up meeting possibly for next Thursday around 1 p.m., maybe we could do lunch.
I'll have to check my schedule and maybe get back to you. on
Okay,
that.
that's perfectly fine. You know, I'm open, obviously, any day for lunch, or any time for that matter, but we'll go over you reciprocating back, but for the time being, at least we can help this client. We'll see how the deal goes, and hopefully we can do business, not only in the near future, but in many years to come.
All right, awesome.
Okay?
Great.
Thank you very much, Eamon.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.